Living to be 100 years old is a huge accomplishment, and it's definitely one to be celebrated. And that's what author Gwen Weiss-Numeroff has done with her new book, Extraordinary Centenarians in America. And also joining us is Irving Ladimer. He's almost reached the big 100. Welcome. Good to see you guys.
Thank you for having us.
So Irving, you're almost 100 years old. How old are you right now?
97.
97 years old.
Yes.
And what's the secret to being that old?
The answer, from my point of view, is to develop a purpose, an aim, a goal, keep active, and try to get to finish that, knowing that I have to go another year to get things done.
So you basically set goals and tasks for yourself.
Exactly.
It gives you something to look forward to.
Right.
All right. Now, Gwen, you wrote this book. What was the motivation behind this book? Because it's really fascinating.
Well, I've lost many loved ones in my life, and it started with my brother. When my brother was 9, he had leukemia. I had a cousin that was 28 that died of asthma. Goes on, and then most recently my mother. And that's what inspired me to go on this quest. I needed to find out, am I doomed by my genetics?
Right, because that's what a lot of people say, right? It's all in your family, your genes.
Exactly, and I needed to know, what does it take to live a long, and not just long, but vibrant life? So I said, I am going to search for the oldest and healthiest people in this country, not in some obscure region, but a culture that is similar to mine, and ask them, how did you get so old and live so well?
All right, so what did you find? So Irving told us his secret. What is the secret for all these people? Please don't tell me it just all comes down to genetics.
So obviously there are lifestyle factors that come into play. There are a lot of different commonalities, but the one most outstanding one to me that it has impacted my life is their strong mental attitude.
Right.
Being positive, is that what it is, being positive? Like not always thinking about the negative things in life?
Not just being positive, but they have a remarkable ability to adapt to change. They don't bemoan life's difficulties. They face so much hardship. Think about the tremendous amount of loss. Their siblings, their friends, of course, their parents, some children they've lost. The Great Depression, World Wars, all of American history, they lived through it.
Right.
And they embrace it. They suffer like all of us, but then they embrace it and they move on with dignity and grace.
And get through it.
And find joy and peace on top of it.
When you look back at your life,
right,
because I have a feeling you got another 10 years ahead of you, but when you look back at your life, any regrets at all?
Well, I decided that I wanted to do certain things, particularly wanted to be a writer, wanted to be a journalist, so my regret is that I didn't achieve all of that. I didn't write the great American novel.
All right, but still, you've done a lot, and that's amazing. I mean,
right, tremendous.
When you go through this book, what do you think people are going to take away when they go? Because it's stories, it's pictures, it's history, right?
It's history and stories and a lot more. I asked every single one of them what their family history was to see how genetics plays. Do they smoke? Do they drink? What is their diet like? What is the role of physical activity? And what are they doing now? What have they done in their, I term the platinum years, which are 80s, 90s, and 100s. And I've always wondered, I'm 48, and I always wondered, what do people do? Not only in the golden years, but their platinum years.
Sure.
And they're doing remarkable things. They're still working. Many of them are volunteering.
Right.
So you get, in the end of the book, we talk about the commonalities and how you can incorporate their healthy habits into your life, mental and physical habits.
All right, Gwen, that sounds good, like good stuff. And Irving, you're still working. Congratulations. You're an inspiration. Thanks so much for coming in. Good to see
Thank you.
All right, well, if you're feeling